So if we want to take a look at Ether on a little bit of a larger time frame, here's where we at on ETH. Okay. So on the hourly time frame, just so you can see some market structure, we basically are having a difficult time breaking this $4,100 price target. Okay. Which is right about here. You see this? We're getting a lot of resistance around the $4,000 to $4,100 price range. Okay. So let's call it right. Come on, let me get the top there. Boom. And then we got another one like right about here. Let me get up there. Come on. Okay. So right about $4,100 to $4,000. That's where we keep rejecting at. Okay. So we rejected again. We broke down on this pullback. All right. You see how we rejected these lines. And we come into this new little range on Ethereum. All right. So now we're ranging on a lower time frame right in here. Okay. So we broke down. Right. We hit those resistance lines. We break back down into this, where's that, $3,200 to $3,500 range. All right. So this isn't, again, something that's hugely concerning, okay? Because we're still above this little accumulation range right here. So I can draw this out for you real quick. Oops, no, those are fibs. Excuse me. So right here, right? Call this right here. So this, we're still above this little accumulation range, right? We broke out of it, boom, with conviction. We were trending upwards, trending up. We broke back down, and now we're creating a new little accumulation range right over here. So if we get rid of this again, we're still above that previous range. And when ETH broke down here, it created this low range right in here. You got this little bear trap to basically make it look like it's breaking down even further than what it already had done. Bear trap is what people open shorts down here. So they open a short. They believe that the price is going to keep going lower. They're going to make a bunch of money on that price going lower. But what happened is they trapped them, right? They break it down out of this range. People open their shorts down here, and then they, boom, blow them out of their shorts. So they send it higher to make the people who open shorts lose money. So that's exactly what happened. They create this little bear trap, bang, pump the market back up to the top of this range. So now we've created this little range right here. And you see it is a range because the price action is respecting the mid-range right in the middle here, and then the top and the bottom of the range. So we get this bear trap. We create this low of the range right over here. Come up. We create the top of the range. Come down here. You see a little bit of green candles right in this area. Come down. We come back up. We reject off the mid-range, showing that, okay, this is a range that's being respected. We come back down here. The wicks hit the bottom of the range, so they're respecting that. Come back up. We're respecting the mid-range. Come back up. We reject right at the top here. Come back down. All right. So as long as Ethereum is ranging within here, we're not necessarily concerned about what's happening to it, right? Because as long as it's playing in here, we're fine until it breaks out of this range again. What would be concerning for Ethereum now would be if we do get this move to the downside, to the bottom of the range, right? We get this move to the bottom of the range and then did something like this. Broke down again, just like this bear trap over here, right? We break down again. We come back up. And as opposed to breaking back through up into the range and creating a bear trap, we reject off the range and we do something like this. Okay, now we're concerned. Now we're looking at Ethereum and saying, all right, well, it's going to go lower. So it's probably going to come back down into this little reaccumulation range in here between 3,000 and 3,100 or even lower, okay? Because if it's low, yeah, about 3,000. And if we don't stop there, then we're coming down even lower down into here. So back down into 2,600 to, $2,400, $2,300 territory for Ethereum. Now, I don't see that happening. We don't need that to happen. There's no reason for that to happen. And seasonally, it doesn't make sense for that to happen. But that's where I would be concerned, okay? So just to be aware of the different scenarios. In my opinion, though, the worst you're really going to get is this move right here. Where you break down to the bottom of the range again, create support again, pump back up to the mid-range, maybe we retest it one more time, boom, to the top of the range, maybe you retest the mid-range one more time, bang, and then we finally send, we break out for Q1. So that's what I'm expecting for Ethereum, something similar to that. And this time, because of seasonality, because of how Ethereum performs during Q1, when it breaks out of this range and we shoot back up to this level right here, okay, these two resistance points that we've been having trouble with, I expect us to actually break through this time and come up and test the previous all-time high, which is going to be this guy right up here. So we should break through these two resistance levels, right? Do something like this. And then come up here, right? That would be the next move on Ethereum, all right? Now, we could do fibs on that, but I'll probably save that for a chart that I post inside the Taylor's code. But the fibs will show you we're right about 4,800 to 5,000 for that next move, okay? So that's where we're at on Ethereum. I'm not concerned about it otherwise, unless we start breaking out of this little accumulation range, okay? All right. Questions. All right, we're good. All right, gentlemen. So that's where we're at on Ethereum. Now, let me also show you why it's so important not to be jeeting your bags right now and be afraid of what's going on in the markets. Because the whole reason that we're in altcoins and we're waiting for this very rare, once every 4 years, market conditions where you get this alt season, this Ethereum and altcoin outperformance over Bitcoin. The reason it's so important not to jeet your bags right now is because, oh, can you guys see the top of my screen? No, you can't. Fantastic. Is because this is when historically Ethereum outperforms. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a great chart done by Max from Because of Bitcoin on Twitter. I'm gonna pull up his chart. I'm gonna show you guys why you don't want to be cheating your bags right now. Okay. All right, you guys should be able to see this. Fantastic. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here. So this is a chart from made by Max from Because of Bitcoin. He does a really great job of illustrating information and showing what's going to happen with this next Q1 and Q2 of 2025. So people are getting afraid right now, worried about their meme coins pulling back, the Boys Club, Ethereum, all these other assets pulling back, not understanding that seasonally, this is about to be the most lucrative time to be able to hold Ethereum and meme coin beta. So, and meme coins, which are Ethereum beta. So you see here 2 cycles ago, in Q4 of 2016, the year right before the halving year for Bitcoin and the year right before the actual big blow off top in the bull run, Ethereum over Bitcoin, so ETH over BTC, we've talked about this before, signifies Ethereum strength over Bitcoin. It bled all the way into the very end of 2016, okay, which is where we're at right now with 2024, the very end of the year. We're bleeding into the end of the year. Bitcoin's outperforming Ethereum. As soon as the year turns to 2017, what does Ethereum do compared to Bitcoin? Well, it fucking rips face and outperforms Bitcoin for the next 2 quarters. That's alt season. Same thing in 2020, the halving year for Bitcoin in the previous cycle. ETH BTC bleeds and bottoms going into the end of the year, which is where we're at right now, okay? And then does what for the next 2 quarters? Parabolic. Boom. Fucking rips face, outperforms Bitcoin. So what are we doing right here for 2024? The halving year for this cycle for Bitcoin. ETH BTC bleeds into the end of the year. So if you had to guess on this chart, what's going to happen in Q1 and Q2 of 2025? How's Ethereum going to outperform Bitcoin? Will it outperform Bitcoin or will it continue to bleed? Well, seasonally, the data that we have shows us that it's actually going to rip fucking face. So when you see this, you got to tell yourself, oh, okay, now I understand that this, smaller time frame market volatility is not something to be afraid of. This is something that you want, because what it does is it gets other people to sell out of their bags, therefore allowing you to reaccumulate your bags at better prices, with better entries, with more size, then pumping the market afterwards, creating FOMO for the people who sold too early, therefore causing an even larger effect to the upside as people start to FOMO back in and things start to heat up and get crazy, and you get that mania, you get that froth and the cycles that we're looking for in Q1 and Q2 of next year. Everything gets amplified now because people are chasing their bags again after cheating and after capitulating and selling too early. Don't be that guy, right? You have this data. Somebody like myself, is this 100% guaranteed going to happen? There's no way it's different this time, even though the last two cycles played exactly like this. No, it's not 100%, but that's a gamble I'm willing to take. I've been holding for this long. I've been accumulating for this long. I'm being completely honest with you. I don't feel the shit at all. I don't get emotional about pullbacks. I don't get emotional about red days. My portfolio probably went down about 30%, 33% in the last couple weeks. And I have a big portfolio. I have a fat fucking port. So 33% is a lot of money that went down. Did I feel it at all? Being completely honest with you, no. Because I don't feel it. I don't care. It's data. I know what's happening. I'm not going to get upset when I know something like this is supposed to happen before the best part begins. It's the same thing in sales. I'm not going to get upset when somebody tells me no whenever I give a presentation and I'm trying to make a sale, because I understand the numbers say that I'm never going to be 100% closer. So why would I lose my mind over the fact that I got a couple of no's? No, just give more presentations and there will be more yeses. There will be more sales. I can't expect to sell 100% of people. The same thing with markets. I'm not going to expect it to be up only all the time. Therefore, where's the opportunity to make money? Because everybody would just hold for forever and nobody makes money because it's just up only.